Today I'm gonna make a full handstand tutorial from beginner to the final handstand so you can follow by the progressions to get your handstand. The handstand is an important intermediate movement that is essential for many more advanced skills like the handstand push-up or the handstand press. So let's get started. First of all, the prerequisites. I would personally recommend to be able to do at least 10 push-ups, a 30-second push-up support hold, and a 30-second dip support hold before beginning to train the handstand, as it requires some general strength. With that being said, let's start. So first of all, you should warm up properly to avoid any injuries in your body. The second important point is the flexibility and mobility in your shoulder. You should be able to open up your shoulder 180 degrees to your body, so you have a correct position and not any wrong line. For that, you can use both active and passive stretching. For the passive stretching, I would recommend using the floor or the wall. For the active mobility, I would recommend to use a towel or a stick. Grip shoulder wide and open up your shoulders as far as possible while pushing them down. With this, you get the right mobility and the right position of your shoulders. And you can do this active mobility exercise obviously both in a dynamic or in a static way. The third and one of the most important points in learning the handstand is the strength and strength endurance, especially in your shoulders and your upper body. For this, I made up 3 steps with 3 to 4 exercises each that you can follow along to strengthen your shoulders and upper body. The first exercise for the first progression will be rock forward to pike position 15 times. If you can't straighten your knees completely because you aren't flexible enough, this won't have any influence on your handstand progression. As a second exercise, we have pike position hold 30 seconds. And as a third exercise, we have pike position shrugs, again 15 times. For the second progression, we have elevated rock forwards to pike position 15 times. And remember that you should have a straight line in your upper body on the top position. The second exercise is elevated pike hold 30 seconds, and remember to keep your shoulders depressed all the time. As a third exercise, we have again shrugs, where you should have again a straight line and push your shoulders as hard as you can. As the fourth exercise and last one for progression 2, we have elevated one leg handstand rocks, each leg 5 times. Let's move on to the last strength progression. For the first exercise, we have handstand hold 30 seconds, back facing to the wall. Remember to keep your hands as close as possible to the wall to have a straight and correct line in your handstand. As a second exercise, we have again shrugs, as they are really important for muscle activation. 15 times, again with your back facing to the wall. For the third progression, we have again the handstand, 30 seconds, but now with the core facing to the wall. And remember also in this exercise to keep your hands close to the wall and keep your shoulders depressed. The last exercise for this progression will be shrugs in this position, again 15 times. If you mastered every progression and step until now, you're ready for the final point, the balance. For this, I made up 3 main exercises that you can do to be able to do your handstand freestanding and balance it completely. So for the first exercise, you do again a handstand with your back to the wall, and then you try to kick away, try to balance it, and just go back to the wall and repeat it. I would recommend doing it 10 times. So the next and a really important point is that you have to learn how to bail before trying your handstand freestanding without any wall. There are 2 main options. First, you take a step with your hand. You can do this progressively higher and higher. So first you start off low and then you go further to handstand. And the second exercise you can do is just go to handstand and turn away. Obviously, you can do this also like starting small and going bigger until you can turn out of your handstand. If you mastered this really important step, there's only one progression left. Just go for that handstand. Kick up to your handstand and try to balance it. Do it just as often as you need to until you can finally hold a handstand. As the handstand also acquires some core and lower back strength, here are some additional exercises you can put into your training to strengthen these body parts and have a good line in your handstand. For the core strengthening, you can just do hollow body holds, 30 seconds. Remember that your body should be in a straight line and that your lower back should touch the floor. You can also do this in a dynamic version where you just wag 15 times. For the lower back strengthening, you're gonna lay on your stomach and then you're gonna lift your arms and feet off the ground and just hold the slightly arched position for 30 seconds. You again can do this as a dynamic version where you just wag 15 times. If you mastered all these steps and are able to do a handstand now, I recommend just getting comfortable in it, walking around, maybe doing some turns, and just having fun with it. So this was my full handstand tutorial for you. I hope you enjoyed it and it helped you learning the handstand. Like, subscribe, and I hope I see you in the next video. Stay tuned.